Hello, welcome to the Mandula Awakening. My name is Kiana, and today I am going to take a look at a connection. Take a few moments, think about whatever connection that is the most important or that is affecting you the most at this time. That is the connection that I am pulling energy for. Guys, this is a general reading, so please allow your intuition and your discernment to lead you to the pieces that resonate the most for you. So right now I'm going to get the energy of this connection at this very moment. What is the energy of the connection on the viewer's mind at this very moment? There's too many. I'm pulling a spread, guys. Spirit, can you please show me clearly and accurately? What is the... Thank you. So we've got the Four of Swords. That's the energy of the connection. So what that's telling me right off the bat is that this connection has underwent some type of painful situation, some type of traumatic situation. And I say that because even a small spat can have traumatic eruptions, right? So let's just call it the Three of Swords is a very traumatic situation. So the energy of this connection is having to review what just took place. So as you see in this Four of Swords, in order, they're laying on the bed of clarity and of truth. So one goes into this situation in hopes to gain clarity and truth. But in order to gain that clarity and that truth, they must lay back and look up at the Three of Swords. So that's the energy of this connection right off bat. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. So in order for this connection to undergo a change, to undergo growth, to have clarity on how to move forward, then it's a time to do some reflecting, some resting, and recuperating. You yourself must recover from... That's my air conditioner that does that, guys. Sorry. But you yourself must undergo a certain level of accepting. You yourself must undergo a certain level of accepting the role that you played and accepting the effect that the role that the other person had on you. There's no more, well, it wasn't that bad, or, well, it was just this. You're right. It may have been, well, it was just this, or it wasn't that bad. But it affected you. And until you can address it, you don't take the power away from, well, it wasn't that bad. Because even though it wasn't that bad, it still insinuates that it was a level of bad. And that must be accepted and acknowledged in order to take the sting from it, in order for you not to see it as a them thing or a you thing. All right, Spirit, can you please show me what is crossing this connection right now? Thank you. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the challenge is, there's a few messages that I'm hearing right now, and one is that it has been a long time. It's like, dang, it says, are we still in the same phase of this connection? You know, there's no progression, is what I'm trying to say. So the challenge and the obstacle is that something is not progressing. No matter how long something may lie dormant, it still arises at some point, right? The healing process is taking a long time. And yes, because you must be willing to look at the small details. The Knight of Pentacles is very methodical. They take in each and every detail and see how it is affecting you and your and how you then in return are affecting your surroundings. What's at the Two of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. You have to be willing to take the blindfolds off. It's time to see a truth. There's no more being closed off. When you set in this energy, this journey only takes on an even longer feel. So there's truths that this connection is having to see. There's no progression forward because no one is willing to put in the actual work and address the Three of Swords. No one is willing to address the original Three of Swords. That is that seems to be painful to more than just one person. But because someone views it as painful to them, they're depriving everyone else involved in the situation as the opportunity to address the hurts. And I am sorry that you've lived in a world where you've not been allowed to express yourself, or where you have viewed expressing oneself as dangerous or toxic. Now, how are you addressing yourself? Excuse me, look at your throat chakra. How are you addressing yourself must absolutely be addressed before you express yourself, right? But no one can deny you the ability and the right to express yourself. So please, doctor and research how you're expressing yourself so that you can get out here and express yourself in a healthy manner. That's just for whoever's watching this reading. But back to this connection. Let me see. How is the person watching this reading showing up in this connection, Spirit? How is it left out in the cold? In a lack mentality, feeling financial hardships, feeling abandoned, feeling like you have nowhere to turn, even though there are so many people and places and things around you externally. You feel like that you have to persevere forward on your own. You feel like that you have to be guarded, because when you let people in, you help, but you're the one left out in the cold. That's how you're showing up. And that alone has its own issues, because that alone shows that you're not doing the work of looking at the original Three of Swords. I'm just saying. And the Ace of Cups is behind that. Once you can walk away from this original Three of Swords, once you can address it and walk away from it, you do get, there is a new love. There is a new way of loving, whether it be a new person to actually love you and for you to love, or whether it is a new way that you do love. Let's see. How is the person on the person viewing? How is their person showing up in this connection? Thank you. The Six of Pentacles. I immediately didn't feel good energy off of that, because I feel like with this Hermit energy, with this Hermit energy at the bottom of the deck, I feel like that this person is having to look at the way that they have decided to show up in the way that they take actions and their inabilities to give equally. Their inability to give equally is being reflected upon. I can't make it up. Look up the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, which is the Aries card. And then we got the Hermit here, which is the Virgo card. Both energies probably connect the two of you all. But this person is showing up and having to really review and look over the way that they give. How do you have the ability to, how do you balance this out? How do you balance this out? There's clearly, and you know, it's crazy. There's progression here. I like to see that. I do like to see that. Especially with the Four of Swords being here as the energy of the connection. There is a certain level of a reviewing of what the fuck is going on. Excuse my French. Of what's going on. Forgive me for that. I'm trying to stay clean. But anyways, your person is needing to review the way that they have been giving. Like, sprinkle here, but somebody's taking the short end of the stick. And the reason that someone is taking the short end of the stick is because this person has not mastered the ability to give equally to themselves as well. There are three people here. We're speaking on Six Pentacles. You're not supposed to get your overflow pours over onto others. You don't take from yourself and give. You make sure that you are filled so that your overflow can spill over onto those around you. And that way it's not a strike on you. It's not a sword on your character for the way that you give and who gets left out and who feels like they are receiving the shitty end of the stick. That's what this person is having to review. Look it up, the Hermit and the Emperor. And it's bringing a lot of worry and a lot of conflict because it's bringing a lot of strife at a moment in time where it should be celebratory energy, but it's not because someone is toxically attached to the way that they give. And it's affecting the happiness. I'm not keep on going into somebody's subconscious mind. And this is somebody that is struggling with reviewing it. There's definitely struggling with reviewing it. It's a lot of pentacles here. So let's see. What is the most recent in the recent past that is affecting? What is it in the recent past that is affecting this connection? What is the recent past for this connection? The Three of Swords. It showed its face. I'm taking it. There was that Three of Swords is significant. So I'm going to look into it. I'm going to clarify. There's a need to become clear. There's a candid conversation that must take place around this. And the fact about it is there isn't any cups on this table at all yet. And still not going to be able to see it, but it is what it is. But anyways, so there's definitely a traumatic event that is taking place. But it's I feel like in the essence of, it's like you move forward and you never address the Three of Swords. So anytime that any new wound is caused, that wound draws its pus from the original wound. It draws its power. And so it's like each event over time just seems to be more and more sharp, more and more painful. And there is a Queen of Swords here. There is a need to have a candid conversation in order for healing to take place. Because I will say this is unacceptable. We're going into the message from their higher selves for this connection. So what is the message from Spirit as it pertains to this connection? How does this connection move forward so that this wound is able to actually heal? So that we can gain this clarity that must be gained. Spirit, can you show me clearly? Give me just a second, guys. All right, guys. Let's see. What is the message from Spirit? The Chariot card. This is all about overcome. Like it's gonna require a lot of courage, a lot of willpower. You know, as we've seen that Aries energy here at the bottom of the deck. Here it is again. I didn't even look, guys. I didn't even see it. But there it is again. And that's Mars, Aries energy, right? So Mars is all about your bravery, your courage, and the aggression. So two of those are very beautiful aspects. And then the third one can get a bad rap, right? Especially if it's used in the wrong context. Context is everything. Perception is everything. So aggression, and then let's go to the first house, persona, identity, and then your physical body. So there is something about this that the courage is needed to actually sit down and really address what part of this dynamic have you two been identifying with and struggling to break free from that persona. Because that persona is preventing both of you all from moving forward and overcoming the obstacles. And that needs to be addressed. That's the purpose for this, whatever's going on in the connection that you breathed into when I asked you to at the beginning of this reading. That's the lesson from this connection. There's something about there's something about the way that you show up, like your bravery, your courage, the way that you identify and your aggression, the way that you identify with the The way that you identify action is what this connection is teaching you a lesson about. I pray to God that that makes sense, because that's very, very important. Red, yellow, and gray is significant all throughout here. And it wasn't until we got the message from Spirit that the black and the white was broke down. Right now, you can't see. It's all muddled together because no one is willing to address this original Three of Swords. So until someone is willing to address that Three of Swords, you can't break this doom and gloom gray down. But you must be, in order to properly move forward, you must identify the light aspects and you must identify the dark aspects. And then you must identify the benefits of both. And then you need to move forward with those benefits right here. There's nothing else that matters except for the benefit that we draw from finally separating this light and this dark and getting the benefit of both. A new start is coming. A new start is coming. It is. But you're going to have to be able to articulate what it is that you need addressed from not a gray area. It needs to be black and white. And no, I'm not talking about that old racist ass bullshit. Get off mine. Go on somewhere with that. We talking about white. Everything is white and black. And white and black has its benefits, and we must be willing to use it. We need to harness it. It is the only way forward. It is the way to jump in and to start this new start that is coming. And I don't know who this message is for, but it's powerful. It is powerful. Yes, you would be right to say that you are being tested. Damn it, you've done the work. Yes, you have, baby. But don't you let these tests make you feel like that it's all been in vain. Stay your course. You got it. You got it. And that's what this message is letting you know. You have to take, give me a moment, guys. Y'all didn't pull the play out of my character. Anywho. You must stay the course because you are on the precipice. This fell into my lap. It needed you to know. A new start is coming. This was at the bottom of the deck. Oh, my Jesus. Your commitment is being tested. And when it's tested, you don't have to get a 100 perfect ace on it. The cosmos don't ask that. Because perfection, what is perfection? But a headache, right? So they don't ask that. But when you feel that you have been triggered, when you feel that you have been alerted, go with it. Do your homework on that. Do your homework on that trigger at that moment. Even if you done already went off on somebody, that's all right, boo. I'll be the first to tell you. It's okay. I don't care what nobody tells you out here. Your girl has my moments. I have my moments. But I do my homework on those moments. I don't let those moments define me anymore. Y'all can't do that to me no more. I'm going to do my homework on it and I'm going to move forward. And that's what the universe is telling us. It's time to do. When you get triggered, just do your homework. Do your homework and then put this person aside. Leave this person to do their healing. You gotta do yours. You gotta pay attention to yourself and do yours. If they don't do theirs and they fall away, that's on them. That's a lesson that they was needing to learn. You taught them their lesson and you keep going. This person may show up in a different form on down the road, a little bit healed. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. But we got this. I pray that these messages provided you with some guidance on your journey. And in all that we say and in all that we do, let's choose peace. Love you, light, guys.